Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the Ultimate Road to Glory series. How was your weekend? Did you go out and enjoy the lovely sunshine, or did you stay in and play the dreaded weekend league? As you know, if you stayed in, you would have had to use those 3 silver items. So do you feel that really affected you, or did you play well? Let me know in the comment section. What I want to show you before we go into the trade pile, a lot of things have been happening. With the team that I used for the weekend, it was pretty solid. I've got the 94 rated concept Lloris right there, because I purchased him at the start of the weekend league for 210,000 coins. I've later sold him on for 230, and the reason for that, I don't feel that it's worth locking in an extra 200,000 coins on top of what you would pay for the non-informed Lloris, to be honest. What I noticed to be a difference though is the way that he comes out to claim the ball from a through ball that is put in behind of your centre backs. Nice and quick. Some of the reflex saves are good. Is there really a noticeable difference though? Not really. And some people say, like, Fuji, why do you enjoy non-informed Lloris? I find him to be terrible. Where every single player on this game defends differently. So maybe the way I defend is that I force my opponent to be taking shots at a certain angle, where Lloris might be fantastic at saving those. Whereas if you use someone like David De Gea, you might be allowing your opponent to take different angled shots, and that's where De Gea performs well. So for me, I fancy to change anyway to see how De Gea gets on. I don't really use him that much on the game, so let's find out. 62,000 coins is a good price, and that could be a fantastic investment, to be honest. You never know, you might have to use him for a future SBC. So Lloris has gone. I'll show you the trade pile in a matter of minutes. With the team though, I remember using Ronaldo on 7 chemistry when we had the Premier League requirement. I think you were only allowed to use 3 players outside of the Premier League, and that has to be now 3 to 4 months ago. And I said in the video that I noticed his runs to be affected. And at the start of the weekend league, it didn't really come across. I was playing Martial on 10 chemistry and Ronaldo on 7, and something wasn't clicking in the attack. And later on I discovered, hang on a minute, Ronaldo's on 7 chemistry. So I had to switch up the team once again. And I even sacrificed Solomonson, that I didn't notice that he played any different on 7 chem. Martial, he doesn't play any different. Ronaldo, it affects his runs. And that's just my personal opinion, the way I feel. It is actually ridiculous. So the team was played in a 4-1-2-1-2. Then I later on had to change up to the 4-2-3-1. As I didn't have the luxury of bringing on any players to really adapt my play, I had to play Hullet in the right attacking midfield position, Martial as the left attacking mid. This formation is so horrible as a position. Oh my god, hold on a minute. So Modric there, Kante as a CDM, there we go, we finally got there. So I had 10 games remaining, and I think it was about 12 games before that I switched up to the 4-2-3-1, and just as well because we did face up against a top 100 player and managed to get the victory over him. So before we have the weekend league breakdown, let's go in and look at how many coins we're sitting on and what's been selling. Let's go. Our coin total right now, 2.3 million. Pretty nice, right? Yeah, and as we have a new team in mind that we're going to be building in the next couple of weeks, I want to spend those coins efficiently. I don't want to go and purchase team of the season cards for $1 million for them literally to decrease in value over the next couple of weeks. As you know, the structure to the weekend league has been changed just slightly, so instead of earning inform cards, you're going to be earning team of the season. So a lot of these will just drop in price. So we need to be clever with the future purchases that we bring onto the Road to Glory account. With Hugo Lloris, I bought him for 210, sold him on for 230, so that wasn't so bad. Sanchez, I haven't even tried this guy yet, and my thoughts behind this purchase. So I was playing the weekend league, and it was on the Saturday actually. I think it was on the Saturday. I bought him for 1,170,000 coins, and I thought I'd have time to play with him. And then as the weekend league sort of took over and I was busy with editing videos, I thought, I'm not even going to be able to try him yet. What's the point of locking in 1 million coins for him to drop in value? That was my opinion. I thought he was going to go down in price. So then I listed him up for 133 start price, 1399 for 6 hours, right? And I went onto the market to flick through, and there were lows listed up for 1.2 bin, and I knew that he wasn't going to sell, right? So I thought, oh, fair enough. I was hoping really that those players would get just expire, and then my card would be left overnight, and that's usually when you can make the most profit. So with Sanchez, I was then playing a few games. I came out, and then my coin total was up, and I thought, who sold then? Went into the trade pile, and Sanchez sold. I couldn't understand it myself. Then I came to the realization, because I posted this out on Twitter, I said, what has gone on? My Sanchez is sold for basically 200,000 coins more than what he was actually listed up for. And a lot of people said, was he fresh? And at the time, I didn't even look to purchase a fresh Sanchez. I just bought him for 1,170,000. And then, yeah, I looked on the market and the ones that were left weren't fresh. Mine one was, and someone's paid an extra 200,000 coins for the fresh item. So that's a bit of a trading tip, or a bit of advice for you guys. If you're looking to make profit, buy fresh items. That's what I'm going to do in the future, definitely for the Bundesliga and the Liga 1. So Sanchez, we made altogether 150,000 coins just like that. Haven't tried him yet. I want him back on the road to glory. Hopefully he drops. With the informs, I've got rid of these. They're not so much discard informs. They're good quality, high rated ones. The reason why is I don't feel that they're going to be coming in handy anytime soon. With EA bringing out that SBC for the guaranteed 84 plus, that was just a coin dump really. They wanted to get rid of coins, and yeah, I don't think that you're going to be needing informs anytime soon. With these cards though, I just want to bring to your attention that every single player that we've sold, we've made profit on. Yes, we could have made a lot more. So Alonso, we bought him for 200,000. I enjoyed him, but I was hoping that he would drop in price, so I sold him on for 255. We made profit there. With Eriksen, we bought him for 318. I sold him on for 379, thinking, oh yeah, that's great profit. He's now gone up to 440,000 coins, and I'm a little bit disappointed. And I'm not even salty, because 470 for Eriksen is actually, well, I think he's about 450, 470. That's actually a really good price. He's fantastic in game. So 379. Hopefully he drops, even if he settles for about 420. I'll look to purchase him back very, very soon for the team that we do decide to put together. And Carvajal, that's an old sale. So yeah, guys, give or take, we've made a lot of coins. We were sitting on literally like 1.9 million, and now we're on 2.3. I'm loving it right now. And we also have the weekly rewards to come. Not going to spoil anything, so I'm hoping that we can maybe reach 2.5 million this time. That'd be absolutely ideal. So let's go and have the weekly breakdown, the last 10 games, and find out how we got on. So the first game of the 10, we were faced up against a consistent top 100 player, Ben Wood. Going into this weekend, he was 31st in the world, and I'm sure you remember him. He did feature on one of these episodes where we break down the weekend league, so I knew what I was in for. The last match that I played, he beat me, 3-1 it finished. He controlled the game, he was using the width ever so well, and I remember that my formation was the 4-1-2-1-2, and I'll speak about why I changed up to the 4-2-3-1 in just a second. Going into this match though, I was always going to be changing up to the 4-2-3-1, and I don't think that he expected that, because last time I was ever so narrow. So I took him by surprise, and I really did turn up against him. I hadn't, well, been playing the best of football, and then I come up against someone who I really desperately needed to get a win, and look at that. How fortunate, man. What he was trying to do was to run back into his keeper to trigger the animation where they just pick it up. With the gameplay being as bad as it was, like, I'm not gonna lie, the gameplay wasn't great, but it allowed me to move the ball freely, and I think with the fact that I knew how he was gonna play and move the ball, it did sort of benefit me a little bit. Although, having said that, Team of Messi, whenever you're coming up against that guy, if you hold off or you go in, he's going to punish you either way. So difficult to predict. When they do the skill dribbling, I never know which way he's going to go. He's arguably one of the best to do it with. So I'd love to get Team of the Year Messi at one point on the road to glory. And you know what? You know, Team of the Year Suarez, he's dropped to 1.7 million, and I'll show you how many coins we're on right now. I don't want to just go and buy Team of the Year Suarez because of Team of the Season and I want to try a load of cards, but I'm just saying, like, we could really get together like a very, very nice team in the near future. So I'm hoping that all of these prices just continue to drop, and as they've changed the structure of the Foot Champions rewards for next month, if you finish in Elite, you get 3 Team of the Season cards, Elite 1, 6 Team of the Seasons, and so on. So with that, all of these prices are going to be plummeting very, very soon. So please be aware, don't like rush out and purchase your teams just yet. Keep an eye on that. But anyway, on the Sunday, some nasty button delay really did kick in, and I was struggling until that point. Like 4-1-2-1-2 for me I love it. It's my favorite formation on the game to be so direct, and that's the way I like to play. Unfortunately though, when the gameplay isn't great, if you make a slight mistake, you're going to get punished for it. So I had to switch up to the 4-2-3-1, and the way I set out the team, we had Gullit as the right attacking mid, Meite and Kante both sitting in those CDM positions, and if I did make a mistake here and there, I had someone else to cover, and it was allowing me to keep possession out on the wings. So yeah, it's not responsive enough to play that direct football in my opinion. So I had to adapt my style a little bit, and I think that's one of the reasons why I do like relatively well now in the weekend league. Before, if I was sticking to a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, a weekend like this, I probably would have ended up maybe on like 29-30 wins. So now I have adapted my style and I understand what works and what doesn't, so I know when to change things up, and I did switch to the 4-2-3-1 later on, and it was probably about 2 games before the last 10, and I think it helped me secure like 34 wins, and that's what we finished on. I was disappointed though because we had the possibility of getting 36. 34 wins is still not so bad, and it puts us in a very commanding position, let me tell you, for monthly. So as long as I don't choke, we should have that legend and 44 red inform cards. But I want to speak to you guys about some of the silver team in the season. So Meite, he was actually pretty solid, to be fair. I think he was honestly like the perfect filler in that CDM position. He scored a couple of long shots for me, strong going into the challenge, and he was quick, physical, and I thought that he could definitely play in another weekend league for me. Obviously I'm not going to use him, and I don't know what I want to do in terms of like selling on these silver team of the season cards. I know that everyone has dumped theirs on the market, which was expected. I'll probably keep hold of them for now, and then see if their prices do continue to go up, or if they drop in price. So with Meite, he was good. Solomonson was probably the weakest out of the 3 in terms of quality. He did play well though, putting in awesome challenges, helping me to keep my opponents out. I did feel that he was a little bit weak. Strong playing ability wise, but a little bit weak like when it comes to the physical stats. And the last card, Hernandez, he was the best without a doubt. He's weekend league material. I'm not surprised though, looking at his stats, crazy. He is as good as a gold in my opinion, and he's very strong, and that's what I was looking for. So I don't think I did a bad job overall with the decision to bring in those team of season cards. I think it really did help us out. And some of the losses, even with a team like this, they weren't avoidable. There's nothing that I could have done in the game to avoid some of these losses that I picked up. The gameplay, I felt that was really against me, and you're going to be seeing in I think a couple of games time tackles that I put in on Gabriel Jesus with Ruud Gullit, and I've left the replay in as well, so you'll know which one I'm talking about. He's literally walked through me, and the first half was like that. It was unplayable for me. Nothing would fall my way. I even came up against someone who was using Pickford, the silver version of Pickford. I had 10 shots on target, and none of them went in. So the silver Pickford, you're telling me, can stop Ronaldo's shots that would go in any other game? I don't think so, to be honest. And stuff like that. He gets rewarded. Long shot comes off the post and it falls. And this guy right here, I've got to be honest, this team I probably underestimated. He was a quality player. He deserved this win, and I was honestly taken back with the way he was moving the ball. I don't know if I was seeing the game late. Like, that was you could argue that was a lucky goal. Some of the shots that I took on in this game, I could have put the ball in the back of the net, but it was one of those that it didn't fall my way. He deserved the win though. I was very impressed, and I watched back the actual gameplay just to see what mistakes I was making. Like here, I could have maybe positioned my guy a little bit better to cut the passing lane. Terrible defending really. I never felt in control though. With him inside the box, I did make that challenge, and I was on the wrong side of him. It was a complete mess. Second half though, look at that. Any other game that could have probably gone in, even that shot with Gullit. So fair play, he got the win, and it wasn't even a great side. This is the game that I even messaged him afterwards, and he said, yeah, it's ridiculous. Some matches he honestly feels that the game is just against him, and he's seeing it late, and this was a prime example. Watch this replay. I have literally pressed tackle. I'm standing on the ball. I'm literally standing on the ball with Ruud Gullit, and Gabriel Jesus has walked through me. Now, if that was someone like Team of the Season Lukaku, I could understand that because he would have the strength, but there wasn't a physical battle. it was like I wasn't even there standing with Hullet, and that's what surprised me, to be honest. So I was a little bit disappointed and I ended up losing that game. But there you go, guys, we have finished on 34 wins, which does put us in a great position. Let's go and check top 100 monthly. So eventually we finished the weekend off on 34 wins. If we got ourselves the extra 2, which would have put us on 36, 100% would have finished in the top 100, which was unfortunate, to be honest, because whenever I've got 36, it always comes down to skill points. The one week that it doesn't, I don't get 36. I did choke the last couple of games, so that was my fault. Although Elite 1 is still very good and we get ourselves the Elite 1 rewards for the series, we are in a very good position for top 100 monthly. 109 as it stands, and if we look at the top 100, who's in 100 position? We've got Vincent on 102, so we are 7 games above Vincent. If we go all the way up to 103, okay, so Jambo, professional player, on 102 as well. So let's just say if we were to get 33 wins next weekend, all of these guys down here would have to go 40-0 to be on the same points as me, which is very unlikely. So I'd say maybe 31 to 32 wins is going to be enough for top 100 if that's what we finish on. I'm going to be treating next week exactly how I've treated every single week in this month. Full force, wanting to finish top 100 weekly, and our team will be back to full strength as well. So no need for any of those silver items. I will probably purchase maybe Marcus Alonso again, or bring back Bruyne. Something that I'm comfortable with. So if we can get Elite 1 again, I'll be over the moon, and we will be bringing in that legend to the Ultimate Road to Glory series. It's been a while since we've reached top 100 monthly, so it's going to be just fantastic. So guys, let me know how you've been getting on in the weekend league. 109, man, that's pretty damn cool. I think this is actually the best position I've ever been in for top 100. So if I choke this, then I do apologize. I'll be very, very mad. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. Make sure to leave a like, give me some advice as to what you want me to do with these coins. Should we wait for the team of the seasons to drop in value? Should I just purchase them for the next couple of weeks? Let me know, and I will see you soon. See you, man. Peace.